Well, thank you, Amy. Can you see my screen okay where that's
Yes, you
showing?
are good to
All
go.
right. Well, good deal. Well, all right. Last demo of the day. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Um, let's talk about how you can stay on GP beyond 2031 and stay secure, supported, and keep rolling with Njevity and PowerGP Online. Quick introduction. My name is Mike McPhillamy. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing here at Njevity. Been with Njevity for almost 15 years now. At the end of the day, I'm passionate about the Dynamics GP community and making sure that customers know what is available to them, and working with partners and ISVs. Um, in Njevity, we are the founding members of the Knights of GP, which Amy kind of teased at the beginning. I'm going to mention them again here at the end. But I want to just clarify something. GP is the only product that we work with, support, sell. PowerGP Online is the cloud that's really built and optimized for Dynamics GP customers, because not only is it securely hosting, it's you get more, which is what I'm going to show you today. So I want to do something a little fun because I know this is the last demo of the day, but try and make this a little interactive here. So I want you to play along with me, and we're going to do choose your own adventure. So if you want to talk about why Ingevity is committed to supporting Dynamics GP and why we're the Dynamics GP partner, and GP is the only product that we work with support, both for on-prem customers or customers hosted in our cloud, click red. If you want to know more about how we're protecting customers from ransomware and providing that exceptional cybersecurity protection with PowerGP Protect, you'll click teal. If you want to just see a really, honestly, this is a cool little tool, but PowerGP Import just kind of replaces Integration Manager and helps you get data into the system quickly and easily. If you want to learn about how you can leverage API and modern integrations, start using tools like AI, ChatGPT, Claude, some really cool things to show in PowerGP Connect. And if you want to learn how to simplify bank reconciliations and reduce credit card entry time with PowerGP Banking, you'll click yellow. So let's take a look at the results of this completely fake survey here. I went through that just to show that we are more than PowerGP Online. We are a partner that supports GP customers both on-prem, in our cloud as well. We are passionate about helping make sure that customers have not only secure hosting, but tools that make their life easier and really help them step up and modernize on Dynamics GP without having to go through an implementation. You can kind of have your cake and eat it too with PowerGP Online. You keep GP, and you get some really cool functionality that everyone else is saying is only available in Business Central or NetSuite or whatever the product is. No, you can have all of that in GP. So we're going to look at PowerGP Banking today. But if you want to learn more about any of the other topics that I mentioned, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to connect and just kind of show you what we're doing to help you level up your Dynamics GP. All right, so let's take a look at PowerGP Banking. If you're familiar with QuickBooks, this is something that QuickBooks has, and as customers move from QuickBooks to Dynamics GP over the years, they wondered why it wasn't in Dynamics GP. So we took the time to actually bring this to GP customers, but essentially it allows you to sync directly with your financial institution, easily download your bank transactions. We have auto match and we have multi-match, so you can quickly match those transactions, and really just simplifies the bank reconciliation process. Essentially, toss your red pen. So let's take a look at this. Here we are in PowerGP Online, and you might be saying, you know what, this looks like GP. It is your Dynamics GP. This is just PowerGP Online, and you can tell because we have this PowerGP area page, which is where you're going to go and find all of the really cool stuff that we've added to PowerGP Online for you. So things like, simple things like a batch reset tool. You can go and reset stuck batch on your own, or PowerGP import, which I mentioned. But we're looking at PowerGP Banking. So we're going to come up here to Setup, and we're going to click Financial Institution Setup, which will open this little wizard here. And we're going to search for our institution. In this case, it's BBVA. We'll enter our credentials. And there's a two-factor component that I'm not showing. And it'll take you to this Financial Institution Setup window. You'll notice that we already have American Express mapped, so we don't have to worry about that. But we're just going to finish setting up our operating account for BBVA. So we're going to select the account, whether it's a checkbook or a credit card, give it a nickname, and hit Save Mapping. And that's it. Now we have a live sync directly with our institutions. We're not storing any of this information. That's all tokenized. But again, this is something you only have to do once. Next, we'll come up here to import transactions, which will open this window and we'll select our institution. In this case, BBVA. You can do an import since your last date, or you can set a date range and we'll just say retrieve transactions. And here it's showing all of the transactions that we actually have in that account. We just look at them and we can select them all, and we're just going to say import transactions. And you can see that we have successfully imported 24 transactions from BBVA. All right, now we're going to go and have some fun over here in the bank transaction matching. This is kind of where the magic happens over here. So we're going to select our checkbook and our statement date. All right, so on the left-hand side, these are all of the transactions that we just imported from our bank. So you'll see there are 24. And then on the right-hand side, these are all of the transactions that we have in GP. You'll notice there's 23, but we imported 24. As we look at these, you can kind of eyeball and do a drag and drop for match these transactions. But why do that when you have this handy dandy auto match, which is going to do exactly that. It's automatically going to match these transactions for you. So checks are easy. Those are being matched off of check number. As we scroll down and we look at the cash transactions, those are being matched off of amounts and a date range. If you see anything that's matched incorrectly, you can pull it out, send it back to that screen you were just on. Again, we do have multi-match, so if you need to match 1 to 3 or 2 to 3, however you need to do it, that is also supported in PowerGP Banking. But we're just going to say match transactions, and you can see that we have successfully matched 23 out of 24 transactions. But what about this unmatched transaction? We're going to filter and just show our unmatched transactions here, and we have this service charge from our bank for July. We're going to come down here and select this, and we'll say import into PowerGP, and then we can go and code this transaction right here. And one of the really cool things about PowerGP Banking is it has transaction learning. So as you have these recurring transactions like a service charge, it's going to remember how you coded it for the next time. Let that run. All right. Now you can see that we've successfully matched all of our transactions. Now let's go and reconcile our bank statement. All right, so you can see how easy that was. You can see everything has been reconciled. Again, if you see something that's matched incorrectly, you can always pull it out from here and go back to the window we were just looking at. Here's the transaction that we created for our service charge. So again, you can just see how easy this is. I mean, this has probably been less than 10 minutes of me doing this. Even though it's click through, it's pretty real to time as far as going in and reconciling. So again, toss that red pen. It's just a really quick, easy tool to use to simplify your bank reconciliations. But I also mentioned credit cards. So again, we showed that we had American Express mapped already, but this essentially lets you quickly download those credit card transactions and quickly create AP vouchers in PowerGP Online. So what does this look like? We're going to go back to our PowerGP area page. I showed you that we already had American Express mapped, so we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go and say import transactions. This time we'll choose American Express as our financial institution. Again, you can set your date range or do import from the last date or set your date range. We'll say retrieve transactions. Mark them all and import them in the exact same way, but this time we're going to go to import credit card vouchers. All right, so now we'll select our dates, choose our vendor ID, and this takes you to this window where you can go and code these transactions right here. Kind of got, so you can change the description if you'd like. And then as we go and choose the accounts, you'll notice that I'm not typing in the account, I'm typing in what I know. So it's kind of got that Rockton Smart Fill your welcome Blake type functionality where I'm typing in, technology, it's due, it's a subscription, and then it's giving me the accounts that kind of match that. So you type in what you know, and again, this has that transaction learning built in. So as you have those recurring transactions, it's going to remember how you coded them previously. We'll say we'll go and import these into PowerGP, and you can see that we've successfully matched 6 of those transactions. We'll go and look at, and here's another good example of, just an enhancement that we've done in PowerGP Online. So here's the payables transaction entry window, the standard window, but you'll notice that we've added this vendor activity over here. So you can see, right on the same screen, unposted payables, open payables, recent payments. So just, we've done some big things like adding PowerGP Banking, and then just little tweaks that make GP more intuitive and friendlier to use. We'll go and look at the distributions here, see how those came in. But again, you can just kind of see how easy that was to create your AP vouchers. So that's just one of the cool tools that we have available in the PowerGP Online, PowerGP Power Suites. So again, I kind of mentioned PowerGP Online is the cloud that makes Dynamics GP better because yes, we have, with the security, we are securely hosting your Dynamics GP, and PowerGP Online is really built and optimized to your GP performance. But we've added these tools like PowerGP Banking, like PowerGP Import. I was really hoping to be able to show you PowerGP Connect. Maybe this is something I'll show you next time we do this. But this PowerGP Connect is what's going to allow you to connect the dots for those cloud-to-cloud integrations and light up things like Power BI, Power Apps. There's a PopDoc connector with PowerGP Connect. So you can use PopDoc AI and connect to tools like Claude or Copilot or ChatGPT, whatever your AI tool of choice is. You can just kind of modernize on that PowerGP Connect platform. The really cool thing, you'll notice that note at the very bottom here. These are all included at no additional cost with PowerGP Online. So these are just things that you get as part of being in PowerGP Online, and we're continuing to develop and enhance and roll out new features and functionality for PowerGP Online for customers, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that customers who are happy on GP and love their GP not only can continue to use it beyond 2031, beyond 2035, because GP is just not going to stop working in 2031. You have the tools that are going to help you modernize and continue to be competitive in this landscape that keeps changing without having to go through a costly, time-consuming implementation. All right, last little plug here. I just want to re-mention the Knights of GP. Go out and make sure you visit the Knights of GP website. And this is where you can kind of stay up to date with all of the things that are happening with the Knights of GP. Amy leads us in some great rallies quarterly, just kind of new insights of what's coming up. I think our next one is going to be on AI, but just really quickly wanted to show the roadmap for the Knights of GP, because this is really what's important for you as customers to know. I mentioned GP is not going to stop working in 2031. Microsoft, has their end of support dates, but the Knights of GP is going to pick up right where Microsoft is ending to provide that support, new features, payroll tax updates, so you can use GP beyond 2035 or for as long as you want to use GP. So that kind of takes me to the end. I see Amy jumping on here, which I think she wants to take over and wrap it up. But if you're curious about any of those other choose your adventure options that I mentioned, talk about support, I'd love to speak with you. Feel free to reach out, sales@njevity.com. Otherwise, Amy, thank you so much for having us and hosting this. It's great to see so many GP customers are still so interested in what's available to them with GP.